KCP, how's it going, man? How's the ankle feeling, first off? And then I have a second question about Montrez. But first of all, how's the ankle, and do you think you'll be able to play tomorrow?
Ankle is feeling great. You know, I practiced today. You know, got a little movement in. Still not 100%, but hopefully I'll be able to go tomorrow. Depends on how I feel.
You guys as a group, or at least last year, are pretty loose. A group that can kind of crack jokes about one another and stuff like that. I'm wondering how Trez has fit into that, and all his jewelry. Is that
He's fit right in. Like you said, we a team that likes to crack jokes on each other. You know, and be able to laugh with each other about him. But he fit right in with that. You know, he came in. We had some jokes for him. He had jokes for us. You know, just laughing. You know, just actually just bringing another brother into the group. He just fit right in.
Kyle?
Hey KCP, you just have not missed a lot of games. I think you missed two games for rest at the end of the bubble regular season. What does it feel like for someone like yourself who's always available to have to sit on the bench and kind of direct from there? And what was the experience like in terms of frustration or anything else yesterday?
There was no frustration. The only frustration was, I wanted to be out there with my brothers, playing. But unfortunately, I had to sit out. But just sitting down, watching the game, and actually seeing what's going on out there, actually was good. My experience was good on the bench. I got to help the young guys out. Even some of the new guys. So just talking to them, talking to everybody. Just felt good, just to be able to see it from the bench perspective.
And just as a follow-up, anyone in particular that you were helping with something? I mean, obviously Taylor's really young.
Mostly Taylor, because he's the youngest that's out there getting minutes. So just trying to put him in the right position, especially on defense. We already know what he can do on the offensive end. Just trying to keep him right on the defensive end. Tell him which, how to do the play. If he did something wrong, let him know what he did wrong, and then also just break it down to him so he'll understand. And then when he go back out there, it won't be no more mistakes.
Alan?
Hey, KCP. Hey, just your thoughts. So you're referring to sitting on the bench. That perspective, is there a lot you can learn? Is there a lot you can learn, or do you take some stuff away from yesterday that it's just a different perspective? I mean, do you think you'll walk away seeing some stuff that you're watching from the bench that you don't usually get to see when you're in the game? Anything you can take away from that?
Yeah, it's a lot you can take away. I know last game, I felt like the first quarter we was like a little sluggish, not enough energy. I think we was just one pass, one shot, one pass to a shot, that first quarter. You saw a lot of things out there. We were just making a lot of mistakes, and I could actually just pinpoint them and just actually see what was going on.
Last question, Eric Williams.
Hey man, two quick ones. With as much depth that you guys have, do you feel like you can kind of take your time to make sure that you're fully right before you get on the floor? And then the second thing is, how concerned are you about compensating injuries if you do come back to it?
Yeah, I feel like our bench is deep enough, for me to just take my time coming back. I know we also missing AC, which he'll be back pretty soon. And we just got a group of guys that's like we made this concept last year, the next man up mentality, and we still have that mentality here. But yeah, I feel like just taking my time and.
Hey Trez, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Do you have special jewelry for each trip, or do you bring the same stuff, or
My jewelry, like my shoes, I don't really wear too much of the same.
Yeah, AG has been sharing that on his feed. So, um, Mark made a point yesterday to say that you're not solely an energy guy. That he feels like you have a lot of skill. Is that something you want people to see about your game this year?
Honestly, I don't really care, man. I don't have really, you know, no say about that. No here nor there. It don't really matter to me what other people really think, man. Honestly, my whole career, people thought I wasn't supposed to be here, in the league, man. So, I built my name off of, hard work and just playing hard and just doing the things, that don't really show up in the stat sheet. I know how hard I work in my game. I know, how hard me and my trainer Rico, get after it to, improve my game. So, as far as trying to prove people wrong or what I can and can't do, nah, this isn't that.
Dan?
Hey, Travis. Two questions. First of all, how much has knowing kind of like obviously there's so many guys on this team that are with Clutch, and you guys as a agency are all pretty close. How did knowing those guys and having those previous relationships kind of help you? It seems like you fit right in. Did having that baseline help?
Well, first of all, my agency has nothing to do, with my decision on my life. My agency and the people that I'm around is just a plus of, the talent that we bring in, and at the end of the day, we treat it like family. But those guys had nothing to do with my decision. At the end of the day, this is something that has to do with my life. My decision doesn't, differ. Whether those guys are here nor there, because they're not going to benefit anything by the decision that I made. As far as the relationships that we have, like I said, it's just a plus that we're all, in the same agency, and our agency, like I said, just treats it like family. So that's the relationships that you see, and it was just lucky enough that it was, being able to bring it along into a team standpoint and continue to keep growing it. But as far as my agency, that has nothing to do with, my decision or overall me being here, playing with these guys.
A quick follow-up. You've been able to show a little bit more of the face-up game in terms of jump shot and stuff this year. Was that something that you wanted to do? Did Frank say, like, you've got the green light on this? How did that kind of come about? I think you've made more shots out of the paint this year than you did last year already.
Honestly, really, it's just being able to just play my game, and just not being, kind of told and set on, it's got to be this, or this. And, it's kind of been the system that I kind of been playing in for a while. It's got to be threes, layups, or basically free throws. But that's not like that over here. They play to the style of everybody game, and we're not looking at anybody as you have to do this, you have to do that. Man, we play basketball over here. It's a free flowing game. Nobody tries to go outside of themselves, and I think that's what's the best thing about being over here, on this team and being with these guys, because everybody does what they already do well. Don't nobody try to go out there and try to prove that they do something, that people haven't seen really. So, really it's just having the free flowing and the free feel, from not only the coaching staff, but, the players that you're on the floor with, to have confidence and to know what you put into the game and know what you bring to the game, man, to just, be, confident in the shots that you take. And, we're all living with them. Nobody's going to say anything bad because, like I said, everybody's in a free flowing feel.
Thanks, Travis.
Okay, last two questions. Alan Sliwa.
Hey Montrez, just want to get your overall thoughts. Almost 2 weeks into the season, just your thoughts of what you've seen so far, and how you think this team could look in the next 60, 90 days, something along those lines.
It's still a day-to-day process. We have a lot of different things that we still want to get better at. We're still growing each day as a team, as a culture, as a group, and we're just taking and embracing every step of the way. This season is going to be one of the ones where it's definitely a lot of ups and downs, a lot of different circumstances that may play out, that we don't have control over. But we're taking it one day at a time, and we're embracing all the grind and the process along the way.
I'm sorry, we'll have two more questions. I'm sorry, Trez.
No, you good.
Thanks, Tanisha. Hey, Trez, what are scrimmages like with this group? Do they get ultra competitive, or are they more calm and measured?
Honestly, I think they're definitely competitive because everybody on this team has that one mindset and kind of that grit, that competitive, the competitiveness to win, really. And I think it's a great characteristic to have, man, because when you're, pushing each other in the practices and scrimmages as hard as you can and feel like, it's, not different variations that we can really beat, like I said, because we know each other's plays and things like that. But when you're pushing each other, extremely that hard, it just goes to show, it's going to be even crazier when we go and apply that to somebody else, and now we're all together as a team. So there are definitely some of the competitive and, tougher battles, but we enjoy them, man, because we know that we're bringing the best out of each other, and that's going to carry over into game situations.
Okay, and last question, Kari Jones.
What's going on, Trez?
How you doing?
KCP just talked about how y'all just laugh at each other, joke a lot, and that's one thing I noticed from the outside looking in as well. So how does that just benefit the relationships with you all and the chemistry on the court?
Honestly, man, it does a great deal of, repairs that not a lot of people sees, man. You build a lot of chemistry with being around guys that you're going to be around more than your family throughout the whole year. Even to a bigger extent in this season because of COVID and all the different things that we're dealing with. So it's definitely, a great feeling to have, chemistry and the camaraderie that the guys have with one another already, and we're early into the season. And honestly, the only thing I think that's going to happen is it's going to continue to grow, really. Guys, it's a great vibe. It's a great group of energy around us, man, and we're just trying to keep that going, man. We joke 24/7 and enjoy each other's company because we know that this is what we got as far as a group, as far as a team, and we're going to be around each other for a long time. As far as the season coming up, like I said, more months than you're going to be with your family. So we already locked in into making it one of the best and the most enjoyable environments to be around. And I think, like I said, it only can do nothing but grow from here, man.